A man accidentally fell into a vampire nest. On the brink of death, the alluring vampire queen approached him. She slid her own arm and fed him her blood. As the blood flowed into his body, his cells began to transform, triggering a violent evolution, and so the world's first human-vampire hybrid, one unafraid of sunlight, was born. Soon after, he led an army of vampires to attack a family living deep in the wilderness. The mother reacted instantly. She pushed aside the dining table, lifted a dusty old rug, and opened a hidden cellar door that had been sealed for years. She hurriedly hid her daughter inside, while she and her husband stayed outside without hesitation. Their final words: "No matter what happens, don't come out." The moment the wooden door closed, violent sounds of struggle erupted inside the house. Moments later, those sounds ended abruptly, drowned out by the parents' heart-rending screams. But in the end, the daughter was still discovered by the vampires. The entire family perished. Meanwhile, inside the holy city controlled by the church, a former demon hunter named Paul was about to return home when a young man suddenly appeared. He told Paul that his brother Owen's family had been attacked by vampires. Upon learning that his niece had been taken, Paul immediately rushed to the church, begging the bishop to restore his priesthood so he could leave the city and hunt the vampires. But the bishop claimed there had been no reports of vampires escaping the reservation. He warned Paul that without the church's permission, leaving the city would be considered treason and punished severely. This time, Paul refused to obey. After asking God for forgiveness, he picked up his long-sealed demon-slaying dagger, climbed into his old war vehicle, and drove alone into the night beyond the holy city. After traveling for days without rest, he finally reached his brother's home on the third day. After burying his brother and sister-in-law, he set out to rescue his niece. Joining him was the young man Jack, the local sheriff and the missing girl's boyfriend. At the same time the church discovered Paul's escape, they dispatched 4 elite demon hunters to capture him and bring him back. When Paul and Jack reached the quarantine zone, they found that all the guards had vanished. As they ventured inside, the sun slowly dipped below the horizon. Night had fallen, and one by one the vampires began to crawl out of their coffins.